Pursuit going on, taking place of that white vehicle you're seeing driving in that left-hand lane. Speeds have definitely been above 100 miles per hour. Our team out in the Los Angeles area on top of this latest pursuit, they are also saying that when this pursuit was taking place, these robbery suspects allegedly did have weapons with them when they committed that robbery. So now we do have police on top of these folks inside of that car. I want to take us out to our Fox 11 LA Los Angeles team. They are also giving us some live coverage. They're very familiar with the area, obviously, so they're going to be giving a few more details than I can on some of those roads and possibly which direction these suspects could be headed. Let's go ahead and jump into their coverage right here for you on Live Now from Fox.
Difficult for that suspect, and of course, look at that! Whoa! Oh, right over the center divider. Actually got a little bit of air there. He's looks like he's going to be heading southbound now, and making his way over by the Hawthorne Airport. A lot of traffic down there. We saw him run that one red light. Looks like he basically, that was probably a fresh green, so very lucky. And he's making his way south south on Crenshaw Boulevard right now. We're working to get the helicopter positioned in the right place so we can watch it. And we're going to be continuing on southbound on Crenshaw right now. We lost visual, but we'll get it back here in just a second.
All right, so we are up and over this pursuit of robbery suspects by Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Extremely erratic, extremely dangerous driving by this pursuit suspect in this SUV, this Mercedes SUV. This is Crenshaw Boulevard in the Torrance area, and you see those high speeds. We saw speeds upwards of 100 miles per hour. Several near misses. It wasn't. We weren't clear about it. There was. Oh, Stu?
He's in the neighborhood. I'm just trying to get Justin to get eyes on it. He just made a really hard turn, almost crashed into what looked to be a school, really slowing it down. He's coming up on our 9 right now. 9 low.
Will this driver be size?
That's a street.
Well, the driver is
he's directly underneath us. Right, that's him. I'm sorry, Bobby.
Go ahead.
We don't have the ability to have a mute in this helicopter, and you can see that vehicle basically trying to blend in now, driving a lot. Have the ability to have a mute in this helicopter, and you can see that vehicle basically trying to blend in now, driving a lot slower. Possibly this is a neighborhood that he knows. That's not him.
That's sorry. Not him.
He's going this way. He's right out the window now. He's making a northbound turn. He's in that neighborhood, Justin. And he's pulling into a dead-end street. He's just pulled into a cul-de-sac right now. He just figured it out. He's making a hard U-turn. The problem with this is right now is that there's no deputies on the ground because they went into a tracking mode after that stunt he did getting off at Crenshaw. The helicopter is definitely above. There you go. Justin's got him. He's definitely above. So, at that point, they might have been able to take him into custody, but now that vehicle's still running free out here. At least the speed's a little bit slower now that he's in a residential neighborhood. The road he's on right there is going to tee. This area right here is basically like a couple of ways in, couple of ways out of this neighborhood. The sheriff's ship above, he made another bad turn, another cul-de-sac right there. This time at least he might be able to know that he can make that U-turn because there are no deputies on the ground. But again, very frustrating for the helicopter, for the deputy in the helicopter, and of course us watching. There's many opportunities they could have stopped it, but this continuing on. Marla?
I think it's important. Onto the sidewalk there.
Yeah.
Okay, Stu, I think it's important to really explain why the Sheriff's Department makes that decision to back off.
When they made that move where they came off the freeway, where we saw it, where he basically ran through those, pushed his way through those vehicles, ran through that red light, actually got air on one of those center dividers, it became too dangerous. They have to consider that one of the biggest things they consider is going to be the safety of the public and also the safety, believe it or not, safety of that suspect. I can tell you there's a black and white now, a sheriff's vehicle paralleling him in this neighborhood. He just made another hard turn. He's going to put himself back into the area where all the cul-de-sacs are. That black and white, this is going to be his opportunity. But again, this deputy, a lone deputy in that vehicle, and this possibly an armed suspect, I find it hard to believe because of their protocols that they'll be able to just go wide. He's going to confront him right there. And he's going right by him. And there's another deputy, whoa, almost T-boned him right there. So it is on again. And this type of high-speed driving and carelessness and recklessness, Marla, that's the reason why they pulled the plug on it to begin with. Whoa! Oh, head-on collision.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, head-on collision.
Wow.
And he's keeping going. And he's keeping going. Look at that. And so you've got a civilian, basically that car in reverse right now. Deputies are going to go make sure that at least one deputy out already. These are one of the things that I always, in these pursuits, when there's an accident like that, the compassion of some of these first responders, that deputy stopping the pursuit and getting out to make sure that that's that innocent person okay. Now that Mercedes still going out here, you got to wonder though, a head-on collision like that, we're not seeing any smoke and we're not seeing much damage to the front of it.
Wow.
But the car definitely driving slower, coming up through a busy intersection, and just kind of blending it. Whoa, look at this. Wrong side of the road, and more deputies out there. But this is one of those ones, Marla and Bobby, it is, you just got to hand it to the officers, the deputies that are in pursuit, keeping people safe, trying to catch this person who clearly no regard for himself or anybody else on the roadway this afternoon, and continuing on now. We're southbound Van Ness. We're moving our way out of the Hawthorne area. It's more traffic coming and another large intersection, Rosecrans, just up ahead.
All right, do want to say thanks to Stu Mandel up in the chopper giving us details on this police pursuit. Viewer discretion advised. Of course, you've already seen one of those incidents where this driver in a desperate situation crashing into another vehicle, leaving that scene. Obviously, they don't need to stop and exchange insurance information because, well, they're running away from those police officers. You can see just how erratic this driving is getting. So do want to remind people, viewer discretion advised. We'll try to do our best here as well. And I know our chopper also going to try to do their best with following along here in this car as this pursuit continues. A little bumper now falling off after they did come into contact as they crossed through that traffic. Very high rates of speed, driving on the wrong side of the road at multiple times. I do want to take us back into our Fox 11 Los Angeles coverage as they continue to give us more details on this pursuit, again, of a robbery suspect.
Vehicles is so this either driver might be impaired or clearly not able to really handle that car, making it even more dangerous because he definitely knows where that gas pedal is, but he does not seem to have any regard for anything else. Coming up on another major out here, a lot of cross traffic and a bicyclist.
Oh gosh.
Oh jeez.
Not even not even a regard for his own life. I mean, to go speed through those intersections, and it's not even he's not even slowing down going through those intersections. You know what I mean? So it seems like this person's got to be. It's just really scary to think of all these other vehicles, all these cars, the pedestrians. We saw bicyclists on the road. To think that someone can really get hurt here.
Wrong side of the road.
Wrong side of the street. Oh my goodness, Van Ness.
And when we watch these, Marla, I'm sorry, when we watch these, we always think to ourselves, at least I do, it's, a loved one could be out there, a family member, extended family member could just be out doing errands, and then you have this lunatic, high speeds, running red lights, like you, Bobby, said, no regard for himself, no regard for anything else. I think the car is giving up on him. That's definitely what it looks like, because this suspect is not the type that's just going to pull over. Now, this is where it's going to get very dicey.
Okay.
After all of that, these guys, these deputies, probably high with, with their adrenaline, really rushing. But already you see hands out the sunroof. Keep coming around. Hands out on the sunroof. So he is definitely giving up, which is good. But again, there was a weapon involved. They were talking about a gun earlier on, and it was unclear if the gun was found on any of those suspects that ran, or they possibly ditched it, or if this driver still has that weapon, making it even more tense, even though this suspect seems to be very lackadaisical about just getting out of that car and going into custody.
So this is officially, I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Stu, in the city of Torrance. The suspect now out of the vehicle there, getting a good look at him, hands up, seemingly doing what he is being told to do, because this is typical protocol at the end of a pursuit, is to hands up,